Hello everybody, my name is Danielle and this is my multimedia video slash PowerPoint on a how-to guide to online learning. First, I would like to define what online learning or distance learning is. Distance learning is a way of educating students online. It is a learning experience that relies heavily on the usage of the internet. While lectures and learning materials are sent over the internet and students work from home, not in a classroom setting with a face-to-face interaction with their educators. Most distance learning or learners make use of technology such as computers, videos, the web, and other forms to accomplish their learnings. Some characteristics of distance learning include non-existence of a physical classroom, flexible schedules, no commute, you keep your priorities in place, you develop time management skills, you choose preferred learning styles, you have a sort of sense of freedom, and you can make your own schedule with the time that you have to do school. There are many tips that I have saw in the textbook, so some tips for being a successful online student. In today's society, it is possible and now very popular to obtain an education and degree without physically going to school. Online education is a positive addition to our world and has given the ability for people who may not have had the ability to finish school or their degrees on campus. However, distance learning is seemingly different than on-campus education, which means expectations and skill sets must change. Adaptability to this new way of education is also important and vital to being a successful online student. I have gathered five main tips, in my opinion, that can help an online student prosper and be successful. And actually, I have been an online student for 3 years at the University of Florida. This is my junior year, and every class that I have taken is online. I've actually taken probably 100 credits of online courses, so I kind of made up my own tips that collide with the tips that are in the textbook. So tip number 1 is obtain a productive learning environment. The first step of achieving success in distance education is making not only a comfortable learning space for yourself, but also one that is not distracting so you can be productive. Your bed or your couch is not really a great environment to be in, especially if you have other technology such as a TV right before your eyes. Trust me, Netflix can be very distracting. Temptations and procrastination is a real thing, so establishing a distraction-free workplace is a key to be a successful learner in an online class or classes. Tip 2 is finding ways to stay motivated. For example, sometimes I don't want to get out of bed and do schoolwork, and I don't want to come home late from work and have to do schoolwork, but I know it's just something that I have to do. The feeling that you're isolated from your peers and even your instructors, that physical and emotional distance causes many motivational issues. You have to increase your interests in the coursework and understand that your input will have the same amount of output. For example, if you put your all into an assignment or to a test, I'm sure the output will be, very good for you. However, if you put little to no effort, you will see that little to no effort is shown based on your grades. Also, you should try to seek the positive aspects of distance learning and understand that at the end you will be proud of yourself for doing it by yourself. Finding motivation can be hard, but it is all up to the learner to want to put in the work to be successful. Remember, nothing worth achieving is or will be easy. Tip number 3 would be to set routines and schedules. While having and working on multiple courses at the same time, this can cause for students to experience a high level of stress and anxiety. However, this can be avoided if you allocate specific times to work on each class and its coursework. For example, making a schedule can be extremely beneficial, so you set up yourself with enough time to put in work and effort. In doing so, this will even help you make sure that you do not miss any due dates or important things like that. Building a schedule and a routine also helps you get motivated as well, and you will eventually get accustomed to that schedule and routine, knowing that you have to do certain courses or subjects or material at a certain time. You'll tend to get used to it. Tip 4 is to utilize online resources. Like, you can use any of the student resources that are available as much as you can. For instance, at UF, we have an online library which offers sources for assignments, for textbooks, for anything, for plagiarism, for how to write an essay. It's all outlined. I would also point out that there are also many online programs to help you with your studies. Having knowledge and understanding on the ways your school operates is also very important. Like I said, you should learn your school website so you know how to access your library, upcoming classes, website info, technical support, and also your professors. Having a strong relationship with your professors and that communication can also help you in times of need. And it was just beneficial overall to utilize your online resources. Lastly, to me, tip 5, you should really focus on yourself and your mental health. We all know that school can be overwhelming with everything going on in it, and so is life. So life in school can be, like I said, very overwhelming. It is important to not lose yourself or who you are because of it. There's so much stuff going on around you that sometimes you find it hard to know who you are and know what your purpose is. So focusing on your self-care and mental health is very vital to you succeeding in school as well. It is completely understandable if you need to step away from the computer for a few hours. I tend to do this if I feel like overwhelmed, and sometimes if you need to just take the day to sleep in. Hard days are inevitable, and it is important to keep a level head through your schooling. Take the time to recover because it is necessary, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. So based upon these 5 tips, I find that these will help online learners, especially if they're brand new as freshmen. I wish I knew the tips that I described in this video through this PowerPoint presentation. So thank you.